What's up, my friends? You are probably here because you have a defective smartwatch, just like I had a couple of days ago. In my case, it's a Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, 42 millimeters. And my issue was the watch started rebooting as soon as I placed it on the charger. Would not charge, but instead it would discharge, and it would also get really hot while doing that. The only way to charge the watch was by turning it off and then charge it, but as soon as I turned it on and placed it on the charger, it would instantly reboot. I then disassembled the watch and I found some water inside it. It wasn't full of water, but it had quite some drops that I will also later show in the video. I dried the watch, I reapplied the rubber seals with an alternative to the seals that you can buy from Samsung. And afterwards, the watch charged properly again and worked just fine. And I wanted to share that fix with you. Maybe you have a similar issue or even the same watch with the same issue, and maybe you don't need to buy a new one. And maybe you can fix your watch on yourself and save some money. I hope I can help you with this video. Let's jump in. In order to open the watch, we need 3 basic tools. Some tweezers and a flathead screwdriver can also assist us, but they're not required. The first tool we need is a tri-wing screwdriver, or a bit with the tri-wing head. It looks like this one here. It just has 3 wings, as the name tri-wing says. And later we need a crosshead screwdriver and a sharp knife. We start by unscrewing the very fine tri-wing screws. Make sure that you have a screwdriver or a bit that really fits, because the screws are really fine and the head can get messed up easily, and you won't get them out or back in if the head is damaged. After the 4 case screws are removed, we can use the knife to cut through the rubber sealing and the glue inside. But be really careful here and don't use the knife like you are in the Frankfurt train station. Only insert the tip of the knife here, otherwise you might damage one of the ribbon connectors or the main board inside the watch. I then use the flathead screwdriver to pry off the backside of the watch. Don't rip off the backside once it's loose, since there is a ribbon connector inside which we first need to disconnect. For disconnecting that, you can use a screwdriver or tweezers. Just push it up. Inside of the watch we then have another 3 ribbon connectors that we also need to disconnect. When that is done, we can unscrew the screw that is holding the mainboard in place and then carefully pull out the mainboard. Here's a recording of when I opened the watch for the first time. And yeah, we can directly see water on the battery here. There were also a few more places with water, but unfortunately I did not record that. But yeah, there was quite some water inside the watch. And there was also rust or something similar here on the vibration motor and on the backside of the mainboard. It just really did not look healthy. So our goal is to fully disassemble the watch, that we can get it completely dry. And to achieve that, we need to remove this plastic socket here that's holding the battery and some other components. On this socket, we have 3 small slots that we can use to pry out the socket with the screwdriver. Once the socket is loose, be really careful, because the ribbon connector from the display is inside this little slot of the plastic socket. So fiddle the connector through the slot and then you can remove the socket. Now the watch is almost disassembled fully. You can also remove the battery if you want, but it's not required. All of the separate components inside the watch have these 2-pin connectors that are glued to the plastic. You can use tweezers or something pointy, get beneath the connector and then carefully push it up until it's loose. If you really want to remove the main battery, use something not sharp and not pointy and push inside the slot of the backside here. You can then carefully push up the battery. It's just glued to the socket and at some point the glue will give in. I used a swab to remove all the excess water and all of the dirt inside the watch. And then I used a little bowl with rice and I placed all the parts in its own layer of rice. I let that one dry for about 24 hours and I placed my bowl on my windowsill so that it receives some additional heat. But don't place it in direct sunlight so we don't fry the battery on accident. After the drying phase is done, we can take out all the parts from the rice. And yeah, make sure you don't have any rice left inside the case. You should throw away the rice that you use for drying, but you can also keep it for guests that you really don't like. But I wouldn't recommend that. Now we can already start to reassemble the watch. We basically do all the steps from before, just in reverse order. Put the battery back in, make sure that the connectors are sitting in their slots, and put back all the other single parts that you removed. One really important notice here. So my watch had the seal broken that was on the backside, so the one that's directly sitting on my arm. but in your case it could also be that the seal of the display is leaking. If that is your main issue, then you also need to remove the display. That's really easy with this watch. You can just push it out by pressing on top of the display from the front, and the display is just glued in. At some point it will pop out of the metal case. And yeah, of course you can buy the original Samsung rubber seals. They are available online for around 10 euros or dollar. But I used Chinese liquid insulating tape that I bought from AliExpress. I really like to use that for many electric projects when I need to seal something. When you need to seal your display, remove the old seal and any old glue that you can see, and then insert your new rubber seal, or apply the liquid insulating tape in a circle so that the display is sealed completely tight again. Now we can put back the plastic socket and fiddle the display connector back through the slot. Then we can put the mainboard back in. Make sure it sits between the plastic clips on the left and right side here. When you screw the mainboard screw back in, don't use too much torque. The best technique, in my opinion, is push down the mainboard with one finger and then watch the screw from the side while you screw it in until it's tight and has no space left to be screwed in. And then we can connect the 3 ribbon connectors back to the main board. Before we insert the new rubber seal or apply our insulating tape on the backside, we need to make sure again that all the glue and all old rubber is removed. You can use alcohol or any cleaning liquid of your choice. Just make sure that the case of the watch is free of glue, fat and dirt. This is the liquid insulating tape that I used. It smells like cancer in a tube, but it really gets the job done. You can also buy that online on Amazon, AliExpress, or wherever you buy your Chinese goods. To seal the watch, we need to apply a fully closed circle on the steel of the watch. But before we put the backside back on, we need to connect the last ribbon connector back to the watch or to the main board. It might be a little tricky, especially if you have a camera directly in front of your face. And once the lid is back on, we can screw the case screws back in, same as before. Don't use too much force so you don't damage the tiny screws. Now the watch is assembled again. If you used anything liquid to seal it, the way that I did, then make sure that you let it dry long enough. I let the liquid tape dry for around 48 hours, I think. And when that is done, we can start the water test to see if the watch is sealed again. My watch survived the test and it has been working and charging just like on the very first day that I bought it. The whole fix only costs a few euros and it took maybe an hour. Of course, drying times not counted in. So yeah, the watch is fixed. I am really happy with the result and I hope I can have a few more years with my watch. I saved a lot of money. I don't need to buy a new watch. I don't have to have it repaired somewhere. I really hope that my video helped you with your watch or with your issue. If you have any suggestions, remarks, ideas, please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, you can leave a like. You can also subscribe. It's completely free and it helps me a lot to grow this channel so that I can make more and better videos for you. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.